Let's get this party started.
Coverage tight, spotlight on tomorrow. Who you with? Trust, you'll be delighted that you followed. At Phirst Contention, the invention. We debate sports, of course we should mention. What's that? We cover games, we don't play suspensions. We 100, so if your star's missing, we let you know your squad surely gone fishing. We never fish though, no, not our motto. We sport on deals, on courts, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention.
Oh, we're on? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
What's going on, Phirst Contention fans? Welcome back to your favorite sports show for the average sports fan, which we are just like you. So we're going to talk sports. We're going to kick things off today. We're going to talk about the NBA. Injuries. Boston Celtics. Rondo out for the season. What will the Celtics do? What happens? Kevin Garnett's locked into a deal, so kind of can't go anywhere. Paul Pierce, not so much. Is he going to stick around? Is this injury detrimental? Will everybody stay in place and wait till next season? What's going to happen with the Celtics now that Rondo is out for the rest of the season? We'll kick things off with, Banks. What do you think?
Well, they were done with Rondo, and they are obliterated without Rondo. They was already an 8th seed with Rondo, and without them, even though they won 2 games off of pure emotion, in the long run, I can't see it happening. There was a statistic coming out that said Rondo is involved in 35% of the offense, including scoring and including assists. Over 60% of the pick and rolls and over 20% of the ISOs. So basically what you're saying is that Rondo is the Boston Celtics. So without them, KG and Paul Pierce are going to have trouble scoring without him. So they're done.
Yeah, but that stat's not really accurate because any point guard is involved in at least 35% of the offense.
Now LeBron.
Right?
LeBron.
He's not
Durant.
a point guard.
Durant.
Todd, what are your thoughts? What's going to happen to the Celtics?
Well, it's funny because after the injury, Coach Doc Rivers said, don't write the obituary on us yet, which is funny because I just came from the funeral. But it doesn't need to be said. The Celtics are done. I mean, they might even make it to the playoffs just because the East is so weak at the bottom. But honestly, if you have any hopes of them getting into the second round, of them maybe even winning 2 games in the playoffs, your hopes got to be pretty low. Got to say, I know some people who made fun of us because Derrick Rose went down. And I'll tell you, God don't like ugly. Because no weapon formed against the Bulls shall prosper.
Oh, wow. Yeah, say it again.
Oh, wow.
Steve, we're not talking about the Bulls. We'll go back to the Celtics.
Oh, my God. Well, look, this is my thing. You know, to me, I believe Rondo is the second best point guard in the NBA behind Chris Paul, if you think about just what he does for his overall team, making them better on defense and the offensive side of the ball. So losing him is a really huge part to Boston. I see it being detrimental to them even trying to make it to the playoffs. I say they, start thinking about the future, maybe even unloading a couple of the veterans. I know Paul Pierce probably doesn't want to leave and KG doesn't want to leave, but you got to think about the future of the team because they're not going to make it this year. But you got to think about what's going to happen next year and the year after. So you got to start rebuilding.
Well, KG won't be going anywhere. He's locked into his contract. He's got that big deal. He's not going anywhere. Paul Pierce, on the other hand, is the person we may have to worry about. If he gets a better offer, this is a business. He may be out. Although he's been known to say that he wants to retire a Celtic. But when that money starts talking, we'll see which green is bigger, Celtics green or money green. And moving right along, our next topic. 14 women later, 7 sponsors, and a whole lot of controversy. Is Tiger Woods back? Yes, Tiger Woods. Is he back? We'll kick things off with you, Steve. What do you think? Is Tiger back?
Look, man, we've had this conversation on numerous occasions about just jumping on when Tiger won his first match in golf tournament or anything like that. I'm not saying he's back until he wins the major. Now, he has done some things recently to kind of boost his morale. He has a girlfriend that's just like his old wife. Maybe things are kind of the same. It's kind of boosting how he plays. He changed his golf swing. He even did the LeBron James kind of theory and brought in Rory McIlroy as like his best buddy. So he's kind of putting him under his wing, messing with him a little bit, maybe getting some little tips and playing with his mind. You know, you never know. But until he wins the major, I'm not saying Tiger's back.
So when you say just like his ex, do you mean is pretty mean with the 9-iron on an Escalade, or no? Just joking. Ty, what are your thoughts? Is Tiger Woods back? Is he still one of the greatest golfers of all time?
He's one of the greatest golfers of all time, but he's not back. I mean, all these tournaments. I mean, there's so much disparity between who wins this. We do not have a dominant golfer in the game right now. No one can rattle off a bunch of wins. Anyone can win one tournament, honestly, is what golf game is like. There's so much focus that goes into it. But I'll give him his props, but at the same time, he's won this field so many times on this course, it doesn't really matter. It's kind of irrelevant. But, I mean, I'll give him props because he did take the course, and he said, "No golf ball formed against me shall prosper."
God.
I'm guessing you get ready for the Super Bowls and excited about Ray Lewis and the Ravens going down to New Orleans. But we're not going to talk about that. Banks, we're talking golf. Tiger Woods, what do you think? Is he back?
How do you follow Ty after something like that? How do you follow Ty after something like that? The answer to that question is no. He's not back. Point blank and period. But I would have to say this: if he was on that deer antler steroid stuff, then maybe he might have a chance to come back. I heard that thing works miracles. Even VJ Singh took it for a little bit. So I think that no, he's not back.
So the overall consensus?
No, he's not back.
No, Tiger's not back. Not until he wins the tournament that matters. Tiger's not back.
Even if he wins a major, I don't think he's still gonna be back. I mean, because Tiger plays for championship and majors, so.
You just got to be consistent. Then we can say, "Oh, he's back."
You got to believe in God first. You put God first.
This fool just put paint on his face.
Okay. Moving right along. Tiger's not back. And our final question of the day. We're going to talk baseball. A-Rod, steroids, the legacy. What does it all mean? Banks, right back to you. What do you think about all of this?
It's a sham, it's a mockery, and it's a tragedy. It's a shammocker tragedy.
Shammocker tragedy. Wow.
It's an abomination, obliteration. Where's my thesaurus at? It's
all right,
pitiful. It's sad. It's sad and pitiful at the same time. I don't know. His career of once a star is now fallen. It reminds me of really a Lance Armstrong. You know, I said it last week and I say it this week. Live long enough to be a legend or die to be a hero. Which one?
What? That's not the quote.
Close enough. You get the gist of it.
Steve, what are your thoughts? Everybody's coming out the woodworks using steroids. And it's just great athletes. Apparently, they've all been on the dope.
First of all, we don't know if it's steroids.
What are your
thoughts? It might just be the deer antler spray that Ray Lewis got, and he just used it in baseball just to kind of heal his hip. But I know one thing. I know the Yankees are happy because they've been trying to get rid of him since the postseason. So this is like an out for them. Like, he taking steroids again after he said he took it before. Now he just continued to take it, and he still can't hit a ball even after taking steroids. That's just like pitiful now. Like, how you take steroids and not even take advantage of it? That's just horrible. Like, your career is over. You should just retire.
Ty, what are your thoughts? A-Rod. Steroids.
It's a broken record at this point. I mean, what is this? His third time? While it might not be steroids this time, the fact of the matter is he's been caught on multiple occasions taking banned substances. So at this point, I honestly wonder how much of his numbers are authentic. I mean, at least with Barry Bonds, you can say a certain amount of his time might have not been authentic. At this point, I'm contemplating A-Rod's whole career. And maybe he did take it upon himself to say that no pitcher throwing against him will prosper. But if you can't hit out the park, like Steve said,
well, I don't know. I'm not sure. I felt the same way about Sammy Sosa back in the day. And to quote my main man's Chief Keef, everybody loves Sosa. Love Sosa. Love Sosa. That's a whole nother story. And that's all we got for you today, Phirst Contention fans. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Ride with Phirst Contention, that's full throttle in. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Phirst Contention. We sport on deals, on court, on fields. The victors, the vengeance, the legends, latest invention. Game face grit, like born for playoffs. Say it all in small time like payoff.